Hello and welcome back to IGOW4. I'm your host, Dan Sugano, aka FPV Skittles, and it's time for the second challenge of the preseason, the WeBLEEDfpv Split S. The Split S is one of the most basic but important moves in all of FPV. It is a quintessential move in all of FPV freestyle videos, and it's extremely important in FPV racing. So let's just do a quick overview here. So if we pretend there's an over-under obstacle right here in the middle of the screen, we're going to be flying at the obstacle with momentum, and then as we approach it, we're going to cut our throttle. We're going to start to roll to inverted as we pass over the obstacle, and then we're going to start to pitch up as we drop down and apply throttle to come back flying the opposite direction underneath the obstacle. So if you're flying like in a race, typically it'll be a gate. You'll have to go over the top and come back through, or even two gates where you'll have to go through the upper one and come back the lower one. That's a very common split S motion. Or in the freestyle, there's all types of variations of split S's based on how far you toss yourself or how far you drop down. Like most dives down, precision dives down things are just really a big split S motion. So it's very versatile and very important to learn, so that's why we're going to be focusing exclusively on the Split S for this second preseason challenge. Alright, so now I'm going to call in IGOW Studios Dan so he can go over the requirements for this second preseason challenge, the WeBLEEDfpv Split S. Yep, you too. Have a good day, see you at lunch. Hello, IGOW Studios Dan here, and today we're going to be going over the requirements for the second preseason challenge of IGOW4. So for part A of the challenge, all you need is an over-under obstacle, and that can literally be anything. It can be any size, anywhere, as long as you can fly over the top of it and underneath the obstacle. It is a valid over-under obstacle, and it will work for doing a split S. So once you have your over-under obstacle of any size in any location, anything counts, literally anything, you have to do two split S's. You have to do one over it with a left roll in the split S, and then one over it with a right roll in the split S. Alright, so that's two split S's on the any size obstacle. And then for part B of the challenge, you need to find a doorway sized obstacle. And a doorway obstacle is any obstacle that is 3 feet wide by 7 feet tall or would fit inside that configuration in any way. And that can either be at the top for the over part of the split S or at the bottom for the under part of the split S, coming back the other direction. You can see in my example, like a gate, hanging gate would count for the doorway sized obstacle above, and then I actually set up a PVC doorway sized obstacle, and you can go over that and come back. That also counts. Alright, so that's two more split S's on the doorway sized obstacle, one with a left roll and one with a right roll. They don't have to be the same obstacle for this part, and they don't have to be in the same clip. So, but what I want you to focus on for your split S's is that as you're approaching the obstacle, you approach it with enough speed so that you have the momentum to start rolling, so you get at least to 90% or 90 degrees rolled, ideally completely inverted as you're passing over the obstacle, and then you can drift past it and then start to pitch up and throttle up to come back the opposite direction. Alright, so that's a total of 4 split S's between the two parts, part A and part B. 2 split S's to the left, 2 split S's to the right, one on each type of obstacle. And those are the requirements for the WeBLEEDfpv Split S, the second preseason challenge of IGOW4. Oh, and before I let you go, remember the maximum video length for your submission is 60 seconds. And that includes any intros or outros, anything in the video. The total length is a maximum of 60 seconds. Alright, now I'm going to hand you over to WeBLEED team pilot Dan, who's in the front yard demonstrating some split S's for the neighbors. let's go see how he's doing over there. Oh, hello there. I'm WeBLEEDfpv Team Pilot Dan, as you can see by all of my WeBLEEDfpv swag. And I was just enjoying some of my favorite hot sauce, the WeBLEEDfpv Sweet Hot Sauce. Nothing gets me ready to do some split S's like WeBLEEDfpv Sweet Hot Sauce. As you can see, I have the WeBLEEDfpv shape gates set up all around the yard, ready for some split S action. So today we're going to be going over one of the most basic and quintessential moves of FPV freestyle, and that is the split S. So what you're going to want to do for this move is, if you're going to find an obstacle that you can fly over and then under, and first you're going to fly at it with some momentum, and then you're going to cut your throttle as you roll to inverted and pass over the obstacle, and then you're going to let yourself drift down a little as you pitch up and apply throttle to catch yourself and fly backwards back under the obstacle the opposite direction. And that is the basic split S. So we're going to do it on a bunch of different obstacles that we have set up all around here, but the first one, the most basic one, is the wires up above us. So you can be any size for your most basic obstacle. So what we're going to do, we're going to start way back over here because we need to get some speed flying at the obstacle so that when we cut throttle we still have momentum. So we're going to fly at the obstacle, then we're going to cut throttle, roll inverted, pitch up, and apply throttle to come back the opposite direction. All right, let's try it the other roll direction. Going to make sure we catch enough speed so that when we roll to inverted we can drift far enough that we can perform the maneuver while passing over the obstacle. All right, one more time each direction. Roll to inverted, pitch up, apply throttle, and come back the opposite direction. And one last time with the left roll, enough speed, roll to inverted, and come back. All right, so now for the second part of the challenge, you need to do it on a doorway size obstacle, and it can either be the under or the over part. So first we'll do it as the under when you're coming back. So we're gonna first pop up over the obstacle, roll inverted, apply throttle, and come back the opposite direction. And then one more time the opposite direction. All right, apply throttle. So there was a little bit more mixed. There wasn't a perfect roll. Let's see if we can do a little bit better. There we go. Maybe a little crooked. It still works. One more time. There we go. But you can also do the obstacle like it's at the top of your thing. So if you have a gate, that would count because it would be smaller than a doorway obstacle. You can use it at the top. You just have to make sure to roll halfway to invert before you pass through and come back the opposite direction. Let's do it again. The other direction, roll and back through. All right. So there's the basic split S motion, and you can use it many times in your freestyle. Like I'll go up to a tree and just do like a really big floaty type split S, or use it in combination. Use it in combination with some other moves. Like very often you'll see a split S to power loop, even though I didn't pull it off there. Something like that. Let's see if we can do that a little better. Go split S to power loop, something like that. And then you also have just kind of variation, kind of like a twisty side one there. Hey, don't forget to tell them about the bonus/expert challenge with this obstacle here. Don't forget about that one. Oh yeah, that's right. So we're also going to have a bonus or expert challenge as a part of some of these preseason challenges that's even double not required, meaning that the preseason is already not required, and then this requirement is not required within the requirements for the not required preseason challenges that are already not required. Anyway, you don't have to do it, but if you want a little bit of an extra challenge, the last challenge we have is for you to pull off the split S within the doorway challenge. So you have to make the over and the under obstacle inside the 3 foot wide by 7 foot tall doorway obstacle. Alright, so let's go back out to WeBLEEDfpv Team Pilot Dan so he can show us an example of a couple of those.
Anyway, let's get the last part of the challenge out of the way, where you do it fully inside the dory obstacle. Ooh, looks like we clipped the edge there. Luckily we survived. There we go, there's the left one. And the right one, or the right one and the left one. And then I've got the easiest way to set it up, which would just be a piece of tape across your doorway. Alright, and left. Alright. Woohoo! So that's the split S. Hope you guys have fun with this challenge.
Okay, thanks for that great demonstration of the split S from WeBLEEDfpv Team Pilot, Dan. And we're going to finish the video off now with a montage of split S's from FPV Skittles from the local area. Alright everyone, have fun with this challenge, good luck, and happy whooping!
So bad in my misbound, this time for closure. You want what you want, that must be awful. But please pull up your pants, no offense. Won't be dancing in rice, I'm not telling you twice. Nothing you can do to make things right. I'm a Gemini, I'm a Gemini, with my Gemini rights. I'm a Gemini, I'm a Gemini, with my Gemini rights. Sitting all alone on your crackback, hoping for some cash, but they're burning off the fleshlight. Hey, still all weak, lacking talent, but you get the parents are proud how you manage to date. Everybody lonely in this goddamn city. Goddamn city got me pity all the pretty. I'm getting high in a room full of hippies. Goddamn hippies. We got no room. Only Gemini rights. You're a bunch of fools. That's what your mom's trying to say. We fly with you while you rub your turtlenecks. This is what we do. We win and you lose. I'm a Gemini, I'm a Gemini, with my Gemini rights. I'm a Gemini, I'm a Gemini, with my Gemini rights. Bring up the bass. Just give me some slice, hey.
Alright, ready? Here we go. Yeah, they're super fun.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
Well, I've been flying for like almost 6 years now.